Accident, mistake, abnormal, a life ruined. How could you? Why would you do this? Don't you know what you've done? You'll never get anywhere now. My parents had me at 18. They were unemployed, living with my mother's parents, and not in school. My mom had been taking a gap year because she hadn't been ready for college. My dad had been trying to make it without having a family that supported him. Then came me. As the years passed, I began to learn that words like that were the things that could be used to describe me, and words that my parents had been bound to hear. While I don't remember much of our beginning, it's impacted me in many ways over the years. I thought all kids grew up on college campuses, and all parents wrote papers late at night. I'd never known anything else, and nobody had ever told me differently. That is, until I transferred schools about halfway through elementary school, and my new friends made it clear that we were different. My dad had enlisted in the Air Force soon after I was born to support me and my mom. I had attended public school where he was stationed, but the school was rough, and the teachers didn't always know what to do with me. I skipped a grade, but it still wasn't enough, so in 3rd grade I got a scholarship to private school. Not only were the classes harder, but my classmates were sharper. I was the new kid, and they were incredibly curious. "How old are your parents?" "How old are you?" they asked. I was a puzzle, and all my pieces didn't fit as they expected. My friends informed me that my parents hadn't been old enough to drink when they had me. I wasn't sure what that meant, but I knew it wasn't normal. When I went home and told my mom, she told me it's not polite to share their ages. But I could tell from her insistence and the other family's stares that it was more than a matter of politeness. I worked twice as hard to show I belonged, that I could keep up with the tough classwork even though I was younger than them, that I could play the flute just as well, read the tough novels just as quickly, and calculate the math just as precisely. I watched my parents as they kept working at it too, finishing college and then graduate school completely on their own. I'll be the first in my family to be a traditional college student. It won't be the first time I've been an outsider. But from my experience being a military brat, the new kid in a challenging private school, and an 8-year-old in a college lit class, I've learned that with ingenuity and grit, I can achieve the unexpected. I've embraced many challenges, from growing up labeled as different, to moving around as a kid, to AP coursework, to being my high school's only female carpenter and student technical director. I've learned to strive in situations where I was considered an underdog, and I know I'm going to achieve my dreams, because if my parents can do it with all the odds against them, then so can I.